President Trump is set to dissolve the Department of Education today.
THC has now been banned in the state of Texas.
And a recent cyber attack could be leaving your Gmail at risk.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm India Edwards.
And I'm Krista Adams. The Department of Education may be dissolving soon if the executive order that President Trump plans to sign today goes into effect. CNN's Amy Kelly has the story.
I'd like it to be closed immediately.
Officials say President Donald Trump plans to sign an executive order today to begin tearing apart the Department of Education. Whether to shutter it completely is up to Congress. An administration official says the order will start the process of shifting education authority to the states.
Since the Department of Education was established in 1980, we've spent over $1 trillion to see our scores continue to go down.
Trump says the DOE is a sign of federal overreach, but it's unclear how many states want to take on its responsibilities.
The State Department of Education has had funding cut after funding cut after funding cut.
Oftentimes what's concocted in Washington, D.C. when it goes out to Montana doesn't exactly fit.
A senior administration official says funding for students with disabilities and low-income schools won't change. Those programs account for much, but not all, of the support K-12 schools get from the federal government.
Educational opportunity is not government waste. It's something that is very central to what makes America great.
The National Education Association president says dismantling the DOE aims a wrecking ball at the futures of 50 million students. Legal challenges are already in the works. The executive order follows the department's earlier announcement that it's cutting about half its staff.
It only hurts the most vulnerable, our children.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Even if President Trump is to sign the executive order, though it does not mean the bill will go into effect, a statement in February from the Department of Education, Secretary Linda McMahon, claims that the department cannot be dissolved without the approval of Congress.
Do you agree? And let me just once again get your feelings on this, that if there is a movement to abolish the Department of Education, it has to go through the United States Congress?
Yes, it is set up by the United States Congress, and we work with Congress. It clearly cannot be shut down without it.
The results of this executive order could end up impacting university students, so we will continue to cover the story as it develops.
Thanks, Omar. It's a bad day for local smoke shops all across Texas as tetrahydrocannabinol, better known as THC or hemp, has just been banned. This ban comes after the passage of Senate Bill 3, one of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick's top 5 priority bills. This ban will affect all types of THC products, including recreational gummies, beverages, vapes, and even flower buds, sold in over 8,000 locations in Texas. The Senate bill will not impact the prescription of THC or cannabis for medical purposes, and will still allow recreational CBD to be sold in stores as long as they have been labeled properly and put into child-proof packaging.
Man, the wind has been pushing me all around this week. India, I'm getting sick of it.
I'm right there with you, Krista. I hate being pushed around. It feels like a tornado outside. But let's see if the wind will take a chill pill anytime soon. Emma?
Yeah, guys, that wind is not going to take a chill pill anytime soon. I mean, even yesterday with those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, I was blowing around and my phone was almost knocking out of my hands. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at right now. It currently feels like 55 degrees, but those wind speeds are at 12 miles an hour, and those wind gusts are going to be up to 20 miles an hour. That's going to be blowing in that northwest direction. Now let's look at tonight. So something tonight to look at, these winds are going to calm down. So if you have any plans for your Thursday night, you might be able to just throw on a little light sweater with it being 63 degrees outside, low wind, so a little bit relief. But as we look into tomorrow, those winds are going to pick back up to 20 miles an hour. We're still going to be looking at those gusts between 30 and 40 miles an hour, but it's going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today. That's all I have right now. I'll give you more of the outlook for this week. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Emma. You know, with spring knocking at our door, a lot of illnesses are making a resurgence. Stay with us to find out how you can keep yourself safe.
And if you just got back from the grocery store, make sure not to put anything away just yet. And we'll tell you why after the break.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
If you're planning to shop for groceries this week, you'll want to steer clear from some frozen meals that are popular with college students. Nestle is recalling several Stouffer's and Lean Cuisine meals. That's because there may be a wood-like material in them. Nestle says there was a potential choking incident relating to one of the products that the recalled meals are Lean Cuisine, butternut squash ravioli, spinach artichoke ravioli, and lemon garlic shrimp stir-fry, as well as Stouffer's party-sized chicken lasagna. They were sold in stores between September 2024 and this month. If you recently purchased one of these products, you can return them or refund them or a replacement.
But groceries aren't the only things being pulled from stock. In fact, 4,000 Tesla Cybertrucks are being recalled for their stainless steel side panel. According to the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration, the panel on some Cybertrucks can detach and fall off the truck, causing potential road hazard or even crashes. The recall is for Cybertrucks built between November 20th and 23rd, all the way up to last month. Owners of affected Cybertrucks have the failed assembly repaired at no cost to them. I've been really confused about this weather lately. It's warm and nice one day and then cold and miserable another. When will it end?
I'm wondering the same thing. It makes it so hard to find an outfit in the morning. Let's head over to Emma Burns and see if next week is shorts or sweatpants. Emma?
Thanks, guys. Next week will look like some shorts and a t-shirt weather. But for now, let's look at what's going on across the state. All across North Texas, we're looking at temperatures ranging in the low to mid 50s. Let's take a look at what the state is looking like today. It's pretty similar. Still, those high winds are still blowing statewide, but depending on where you're going today, if you're going up north, as always, it's a little bit chillier. Down south in Houston, it's at 62 degrees. Denton, it's still 55. Out in Louisiana, it is 57. So sticking with those same temps. Now let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. This is getting really exciting, guys, because we're starting to see that summer weather finally. So tomorrow is going to be the last day in the 70s that we're going to see for a while. All throughout the weekend, all throughout next week, we're going to be looking at low to mid 80s and sunny weather. Rain chances are low, the sun is out, So these are those spring temps that we're really looking forward to. So if you want to go pick flowers, enjoy the lake, heck, just go outside, go on a brisk walk. You'll be able to catch some rays. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Emma. Now, when you think of bingo event, you might imagine an older audience in attendance. Well, that wasn't the case for Aura Coffee's beneficial bingo night, held this weekend. ntTV's Avery Collins took a trip to see who they're benefiting and how much they raise. Take a look.
This isn't your typical bingo night. Last weekend, Aura Coffee held a bingo and raffle event benefiting the Denton Water Project.
Obviously, we wouldn't be here without the community. We cannot continue to do such a fun thing for a living without the community. And so it's just really important for us to support it in any way that we can.
The Denton Water Project is part of the Denton Basic Services Center. This nonprofit organization with over 300 volunteers started as an idea in 2016.
We were talking about, yes, the not having access to water fountains and how long it was to walk.
To solve this issue, the two helped set up the Denton Water Project, a volunteer-led service that provides coolers of ice water around town. And while these efforts help the Denton community, it also benefits those who volunteer.
And they love it. So often, somebody in a car will yell, "Thank you! You're doing a great job." It makes them feel like they're actually accomplishing something.
Gives people a sense of purpose.
Aura Coffee's bingo night raised over $400 and 10 water bottles for the organization.
It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing how much support there is and how often that support's given by people who really don't have that much.
While the Denton Water Project hopes to expand, they're grateful for the community support, and Aura is grateful to have the opportunity to bring them together.
And if you miss this event, don't worry, Aura Coffee hosts a bingo night every third Sunday that benefits a different organization every time. Their next one is April 20th, and all of those funds go to Denton County Friends of the Family.
You know, when I'm in class, I constantly hear people sniffling and coughing. I have to back up a little bit because I do not want to get sick.
Yeah, I sure make sure to keep my distance from sniffling people. Alicia Palacios actually went out to find out what to do if you're sick. Alicia?
Thanks, guys. With measles being fresh on everyone's minds, it's easy to forget that it's important to take care of our health when it comes to more common illnesses like the flu as well. When I went out and found out what happens to students when they get sick on a busy schedule.
I'm a music student, and they take the attendance policies very seriously, and they'll fail you if you don't go to 3 classes.
Flu season's peak is officially behind us, but does that mean we can let our guard down?
Last week, some dude was just coughing, and I'm pretty sure he had like allergies or the flu or something. But he would just come in and he had to like leave class, go to the bathroom, come back.
Still practice like washing your hands, avoiding touching your nose, mouth, and eyes, all of that good stuff. Just because it also works to prevent other illnesses, such as COVID-19. It's a good rule of thumb to avoid that. Also, like whenever you cough or sneeze, like do inside of your elbow.
The University of North Texas doesn't seem to have a set policy for what teachers have to do when students feel unwell. So students' experiences when becoming sick can vary depending on their professor.
I did it. I wasn't feeling my best, and I took a day off when it got worse, but I put on a mask and I hopped up. I just didn't play an instrument for the day.
Teacher of mine said, like, if you're sick, I'm noticing that some students are sick. If you're sick, just don't come to class.
We don't want to miss work or school just because we're feeling sick. A great way to keep germs from spreading is washing those germs away. Ms. Jenica Bates walks us through a thorough way we can wash our hands.
So first you're going to wet your hands with clean running water. Apply soap and lather well. Rub your hands together for at least 20 seconds, scrubbing all the surfaces, getting underneath your nails, the tops of your hands, all of that. And lastly, rinse your hands under clean running water and then dry off with a clean towel.
For ntTV News, I'm Alicia Palacios.
Remember, if you are feeling unwell but can't afford to stay home, be mindful of others and keep some distance, or wear a mask so you don't spread your illness. That's all I have for you today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Alicia. When we come back, I have more on a new bill that will impact our environment.
And is your email information safe? Stay with us.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
A new bill to protect child victims of sexual abuse is being introduced to the Texas House of Representatives. That would ban the use of non-disclosure agreements. The bill titled Trey's Law, named after Trey Carlock, a victim of child sexual abuse, who died by suicide when he was 28 after his case against his serial sex offender, Pete Newman, was settled with an NDA when he was 23. Trey's Law was approved unanimously on Wednesday by the Texas House Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence Committee, and will need to make its way through the House and Senate before it can be made official by Governor Abbott.
A recent bill has been proposed that would abolish the Parks and Wildlife Department in Texas. I did some research on what would that mean for outdoor lovers. Texas State Representative Pat Curry, who represents House District 56 near Waco, has filed a bill that could drastically alter the way the state manages its parks and wildlife. The proposal legislation seeks to abolish the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, shifting its responsibilities to other state agencies. If passed, the General Land Office would oversee state parks, natural areas, wildlife management regions, fish hatcheries, historic sites, and other public lands. Meanwhile, the Texas Department of Agriculture would take charge of native plant conservation, wildlife management, hunting and fishing regulations, and the Department of Public Safety will also play a role in the transition. If approved, this bill will take effect on September 1st, 2025, marking a significant change in Texas's approach to conservation and land management. Isabella Quintanilla from KWTQ has the interview.
I think Parks and Wildlife it does a great service in a lot of different ways. And it's been a very good agency, and I'm a hunter. I'm a fisherman.
However, because of this, he sees firsthand people's issues with the department and some of their regulations. For example, many have raised concerns over the department's handling of the chronic wasting disease with deer, killing millions in an effort to control the spread.
If you have a deer breeder over here that might have a problem, and every ranch within 5 miles of it is restricted because of that one guy, that's stomping on landowner rights.
According to Representative Curry, he tried to work with their commission on a solution with no luck, which led him to file House Bill 4938.
So what this bill would do, if it were to pass, would be to take a state agency and move its parts and pieces to other agencies,
hoping that they can figure out a solution before it gets to that point.
I don't want us to get there. What I want is, I want clarity, I want transparency, and I want general fairness in our rules and regulations.
As of Monday, the HB 4938 bill has not been referred to committee. If you have any questions about parks and wildlife, feel free to visit the Denton Park and Recreation Center.
There is a potential problem online for all of you at home to watch out for. The FBI is advising people and companies to take extra steps to protect their Gmail, Outlook, and other popular accounts from possible hackers. This comes after a ransomware called Medusa targeted critical industries like healthcare. Developers have already used the malware to breach the data of hundreds of victims. The FBI says you can protect yourself by doing things like turning on two-factor authentication, checking for software updates frequently, and downloading your important data in case of an attack.
Easter is coming up soon, but the U.S. egg shortage seems to be putting a damper on egg hunting plans for right now. With the... What's a VO? What does that mean? With the bird flu being one of many factors that have made eggs in the U.S. expensive and in short supply, the U.S. started asking its international allies to help replace their supply. The German Egg Association was originally going to send out eggs before Easter, but notified recently that it won't be able to send much. Around Easter time is when Germans eat the most eggs, so Germany won't be able to send the amount that the U.S. wanted. Germany is also have its own issues with eggs since the demand is increasing and the supply is decreasing.
It's sad that I won't be able to have my eggs for Easter, but at least I'll be with my family.
Oh no, that's true. Whenever I'm with my family though, we always go to the movies and spend quality time together.
Yes, nothing is better than that. Speaking of which, our segment anchor Vanessa has an upcoming show and movie for us to see. Vanessa?
Thank you guys. We got some exciting and unique motion pictures coming soon. We first got The Handmaid's Tale, a psychological dystopian thriller where women is forced to live as kept women under a patriarchal dictatorship. Then next, we've got a movie starring Barbie Ferreira titled Bob Trevino Likes It, a dramedy about a girl befriending a stranger online while searching for her self-centered father. CNN's David Daniel has the previews. Let's take a look.
For years, we've been afraid of them. Now it's time for them to be afraid of us.
We need to hold those terrorist rebels accountable. They need to be reminded who they're dealing with.
We can't just let them win.
Mayday's working on a plan to kill extremist commanders. If you want to fight, then let's fight together.
The official trailer is out for the 6th and final season of The Handmaid's Tale. June and her allies set out to take down the fundamentalist theocratic dictatorship Gilead. The revolution begins with 3 episodes premiering April 8th on Hulu.
Hey Dad, it's me.
Gotcha. Leave a message.
Hi.
Mailbox is full.
If I'm not the same, is that okay?
So I went searching for him.
Dad?
And I accidentally found another Bob Trevino.
Bob Trevino likes your comment.
A woman estranged from her father looks for him online and connects with another man with the same name in Bob Trevino Likes It. Barbie Ferreira and John Leguizamo star in the film, based on a true story from writer-director Tracy Lehman. Bob Trevino Likes It is in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
If you are interested in seeing either of them, Bob Trevino Likes It gets released in theaters tomorrow, and The Handmaid's Tale final season gets released on April 8th. That's all I have for Seen and Heard. Back to you girls at the desk.
Hey India, did you see there's a lot going on in the UNT sports world?
I did. It seems like Mean Green is standing on business this semester. Let's toss it over to Adam C. to check out what's hot. Adam?
Hey UNT students! Looking for creativity and inspiration? The UNT Union Gallery invites you to experience artwork at the art exhibit from your own talented Eagle artists. This free exhibit features a rotating selection of incredible artwork from talented Mean Green artists. Don't miss your chance to experience creativity up close. Stop by anytime during union hours. Want to hear more from the artist yourself? Join us at the Ask and Eat reception, where you can dive deeper into the creative process and enjoy a good conversation over a bite to eat. Don't miss the latest exhibit at the UNT Union. Immerse yourself in the art and be sure to explore the many other exciting exhibits rotating in throughout the semester.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and it's hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Are you looking for a fun club with travel opportunities? Dive into the UNT Swim Club. Practicing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Pole Recreation Center. We accept members at any skill level. For more information, reach out to us at unt.swimclub on Instagram.
Last night, the Mavericks suffered their 4th consecutive loss when they dropped a 135-131 heartbreaker to the Indiana Pacers. Despite multiple 20-point games from forwards P.J. Washington and Jalen Hardy, the Mavericks would collapse late down the stretch, giving up an 11-point lead in the last 5 minutes of the contest. With this loss, the Mavericks have now fallen out of contention for the NBA playoffs with just 12 games remaining in the regular season and potential game forfeitures looming over their heads. North Texas men's basketball begins their potential journey to glory last night when they defeated the Furman Paladins 75-64. While there might have been rumblings about a potential upset, the Mean Green handled business, holding one of the premier perimeter teams to only 33% beyond the arc. Senior guard Jasper Floyd led both teams in scoring, tallying 19 points on 7 for 13 shooting and draining 3 triples from the stripe. With this win, the Mean Green will advance to the second round, where they will face the Arkansas State Red Wolves from the Sun Belt this Sunday at the Super Pit. And keeping it at UNT, this past Wednesday, the Mean Green softball machine took on Tarleton State, picking up an easy 4-0 win against the Texans. Not only that, but star pitcher Skylar Savage reached a career milestone during the win. ntTV's sports reporter Christian Pursuit has an inside look at the historic game.
The Mean Green are making noise on the diamond, racking up wins and turning heads with their strong performances. The Mean Green are on an impressive 7-game win streak, dominating at the plate this season. With a big matchup against Texas Tech, they're trying to prove that they're the real deal.
I mean, we've swung the bat well. I mean, I think it's been a long time since we've had double-digit hits in as many games as we've had, which is good to see. I'm excited how we're swinging the bat, pitching. Did a lot better job throwing strikes this last weekend, so.
A big test is coming for North Texas softball as they set to take on Texas Tech. It is a chance for the Mean Green to extend their winning streak and prove themselves against a tough Big 12 opponent.
It's a big opportunity for sure. Pretty sure we're getting Kennedy, who's probably the best pitcher in the country. Good for us to see her. We'll see how we match up.
I think it'll show how we can compete with the top 25 teams, things like that. So.
But beyond the X's and O's, the team knows one thing could give them an extra edge: support from the Mean Green faithful. They're calling on fans to show up, get loud, and make Levelay Stadium a tough place to play for Texas Tech.
You got a winner here, and support these girls and get behind us, because this is good softball, and we ain't going nowhere.
For ntTV News, I'm Jalen Alexander.
And that's all I have for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jackson. By the way, India, do you want to go to the Cheesecake Factory after the show? I'm dying to get something to eat.
Yes, I can't wait to get the Cajun chicken pasta again. I'm addicted.
Well, there might be a chance that they won't have that.
Oh no, why is that?
Because the Cheesecake Factory is removing 13 items from their menu and replacing it with 20 new items. They're taking off items like the everything flatbread pizza, mushroom burger, white chicken chili, fried shrimp platter, and many more. They'll be also adding a mocktail section on the menu because of mocktail trends on social media. Some new food items that'll add will include double smash burger. It looks like your beloved Cajun pasta is safe.
Thank goodness.
Thank you for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight here at 6 on North Texas Television.